Welcome back to 101 Sports. I'm now joined by Joe DiRienzo and Alex Sharon. Talk a little college basketball. Guys, season off to a great start. We just had the opening season tournaments, the Maui Classic being one of the headliners, the 2K Sports Classic. But guys, what do you take away from these early tournaments and what these teams learn from them? Joe, start with you.
It's very early in the year, so I don't take very much from them, but what I do take is coaching and discipline. There's a reason Coach K is 15-0 at the Maui Classic. It's because he knows how to coach a team. And the teams that win there are usually successful in the tournament because of their coaching and the discipline that they show.
Yeah, Joe, I agree completely. The things that I'm going to take from these tournaments and like the Big Ten ACC Challenge that's happening recently, it's going to come after everything's over with. You're going to see how the teams improved, how they learned from these games. You're going to see how UNC bounces back from that loss to UNLV. You're going to see if Duke can keep on the track that they've been going after Maui. You're going to see if Kansas can adjust to be able to beat the teams like Duke that they lost.
I'm not looking at the teams that lost. I'm looking more at the teams that upset them for the potential that they show for later in the year.
Right, I agree completely.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very indicative to see these early season starts are important for these guys, but it's not going to make everything. You can turn it around. A big thing that we've also seen in the beginning is the early starts of some great college basketball careers with some freshmen. Alex, who is your freshman that you've been most impressed by so far?
All right, this is tough. Not because there are a lot of freshmen on different teams, but because there are two freshmen in particular on Kentucky that I had to choose between. Marcus Teague and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. These two players are phenomenal. But I'm going to have to go with Marcus Teague, just because he's the point guard. He's going to be handling the ball for that team. They're going to rely on him to run plays. And as much as I love Kidd-Gilchrist, he was the more highly recruited player, but not by much. Teague is going to have the ball in his hands, and he's going to create.
You're right. He's the facilitator. He's got to get the ball to Davis and Jones and Kidd-Gilchrist and all these guys. He's got to be the one to keep the star power together on that team. To me, though, Adonis Thomas on Memphis is going to be a very crucial part of Memphis' success this year. They're returning 5 starters. They didn't have a great year last year. You're going to see if Adonis Thomas can help them get to that next level and really compete in the tournament this year.
Guys are going to be very impactful freshmen the rest of the year, definitely without a doubt. But let's look a little bit ahead to the end of the season, towards March. Which teams could you possibly see being bracket busters come tourney time? Joe, start with you.
It's early, so I'm going to go with a team that's already surprised the nation in UNLV when they beat UNC this year.
Joe,
they beat them this weekend. Defense does not slump. That's something we've learned. They showed incredibly tight defense this weekend.
They did allow
as well
80
as
points.
Joe, the tight defense that they showed.
Surprised
they should have scored more
this weekend. That is a horrible, horrible thing to happen to them. You know why? Because come March, people are going to be ready for them. They're not going to be surprising any teams like UNC, Duke, the teams that they might be playing in the tournament. The teams that are going to surprise people are teams like UCF, who, although they beat Connecticut, it wasn't as highly talked
I'll admit,
about.
that was an exciting thing. That was something I was not expecting. They were in the CBI last year, and they lost. How are they going to make the tournament to be a bracket buster?
Marcus and Jeffrey Jordan.
The two
Jordans. They have the blood in their veins.
They have an MJ. They do not have the MJ.
They went to Connecticut, or they went and beat Connecticut because of Marcus Jordan taking shots to ice the game like his father.
If you want a super sleeper like you're going here, I'm going to go with the Oakland Golden Grizzlies because they're a team that
you're being
shoots
ridiculous
and can actually
you
make
a
bracket.
All right, okay, that's a better one. I like it. You're going into a less popular conference, but you guys have made some very good points. Cannot wait to see how they play out the rest of the season. It's time for us to take a timeout, but when 101 returns, Christine will sit down with our NHL experts to discuss Sid the Kid.